Hello everyone and welcome to the Islamic Finance Weekly Show, where we capture the activities in the non-interest finance market. Ethics in business have attracted huge interest due to the growing disillusionment with the rise of materialism at all gains that is popular in most aspects of the conventional society. Islamic finance in its pure form is devoid of speculation and excessive uncertainty. The non-interest finance market is built on the principles of trade, entrepreneurship, and risk sharing. This buttresses the fact there is a nexus between Islamic finance and ethics. Women have a critical role to play when it comes to developing global economies, which Islamic finance can support through its instruments and products. On today's program, we'll be discussing women in business and ethical finance. To lead this conversation is a senior lecturer at Dangote Business School and also a sub-dean faculty of management sciences at Bayero University, Kano, Dr. Shukurat Bello. Dr. Shukurat joins us virtually from Kano. Good afternoon, Dr. Shukurat, and thanks for coming on the program.
Hola, thank you. Good afternoon. Nice to be here with you.
Thank you very much. Let's discuss ethics as an important business consideration. How well have women-run enterprises fared in driving an ethics-based business model?
Before we go into what women are really doing, I would like to explain what ethics is. Ethical business practices are in a situation whereby the business owner or the manager consciously reduce negative practices of the business. They do it in such a way that they avoid things that will harm the society. For instance, how do you dispose your waste? How do you take care of the pollution, the air, the water pollution? Do you have fair employment practices? These are some of the things that businesses do. But as women businesses, one thing we have to realize that women, they really cares a lot. They cares about their family, the environment, and the society. In that case, most businesses, or many of these women-owned businesses are into practices that are beneficial to the society. They are doing this to help the society. I've seen so many of them. It's not only in Islamic finance, we have them in other areas of ethical industry. We have the food industry, we have the fashion industry, and so many of them, women are really participating because without women, we cannot move the world forward. Thank you.
Very interesting, Dr. Shukurat. I like the fact that you said women are multitasking, and yes, we are doing it. And the fact that you talk about ethics, that ethics are environmental, social, and governance factors, that is ESG factors. So my next question is, Islamic businesses pride themselves with being run within ethical framework prescribed by Islamic scholars, but very little of the claims of ethical operations can be seen outside the realms of Islamic finance. So what seems to be the problem in other sectors of the economy?
Well, we are talking about Islamic principle, Islamic business practices. That is determined by the Islamic law. It's determined by the Sharia. It's the Sharia that stipulates what is right and what is wrong. But when we come to other sector outside the financial institution, Islamic finance is there. We have seen so many actors in the industry, they are really pushing it forward. But outside Islamic finance, just in Nigeria, little impact is felt in the society. For like the food industry, many people are saying that I need something halal. They are only concerned about the ingredient. But how was the process? Who was involved? Is there any child labor? No one is concerned about that. I think there are two major things that affected that. One, we need a lot of awareness. People are not aware. We are just hearing ethical businesses, Islamic businesses. People are not aware on the modality, on how to do it. Naturally, what that is preaching is that we need cleanliness, we need hygiene, we need safety in the way we consume our product. But many people are not aware of the way forward. Secondly, we lack the regulation. In other parts of the world, like the Middle East, the Asia, in Europe and in some part of America, they have the regulation there, they have certification. If you're part of the halal industry, you have to be certified. But in this part of the world, except the Islamic finance, the CBN has mandated this, the way things are done. But in other aspects, we don't really have any regulation to support the way things are done. Because of that, that's why we are still having issues, challenges outside the Islamic finance sector.
Women are increasingly leading C-suite teams in some of the most well-respected boardrooms globally. Should we expect to see greater ethical conduct by these institutions?
Thank you. Ethically, I said, is determine what is right and what is wrong. And that depends on the social, environmental, and the corporate governance. In corporate organization, we have the rules, the regulation, what is to be done, the board member, who are their members, what are the composition, separation of power between the executive and the other members of the board. We want to is there. But when women are there, I believe women always want to do the right thing. Women leading organizations are better off. Statistics have said it. When you have women, more women in the board, things get better and include corporate governance and ethical issues. So women leading organization is a plus for that organization. And we have seen even in small businesses, women are really making impact because they want to drive the process, they want to make things happen, and they want to better the society. So ethical issues involve so many things, even the ones that is known, that even the men are the major actors. Let's talk about sexual harassment, gender discrimination. All these are part of things that affect women. We have also some other issues that affect their welfare. Will you be allowed to go for maybe maternity leave? When you are pregnant, will you be allowed to go for antenatal? All these are part of the things that affect employees, which include women. Thank you.
Women play a critical role when it comes to developing global economies, but there are still some challenges facing women, like how they manage their home, like accessing financing and others. There are still a lot of challenges facing women in terms of businesses. Access to ethical finance has grown rapidly in Nigeria in the last 5 years. How can women take advantage of increased ethical credit availability?
All over the world, ethical financing is one of the things driving the economy. The same thing applies to Nigeria. We have seen so many commercial banks that have opened alternative financing. We have seen many of them open windows. We have specialized banks, we have development bank. Even the microfinance bank are doing that. The credit is there, the finance is there, but how will women access it? What we have now is that we have fewer women doing businesses. And there has been a lot of maybe awareness, enlightenment that women can make it. They have an impact in the society. I think what we need to do, just as I've said earlier, we lack the awareness. We have to create the awareness. Who are those to do that? The financial institution, the service provider, they have to boost their effort. They have to increase their effort to make this thing aware. People need to be aware. Again, the NGO are there. They have to be part of the process. We have the civil society, especially for women at the grassroots. Women in the rural area, many of them are not aware of their credit available. That's why we have microfinance banks that are close to the people. Thank you.
Do you see a rise in ethical retail credit to women in the coming years?
Definitely, there's going to be a lot of increase because awareness is going on. If you see many of these associations, the Bankers Association, the Accounting Association, even the Entrepreneurship, the SME Association, they are all after let women be inclusive in the financial sector. What we have in Nigeria is that we have very low percentage of women that are included in the financial sector. Many of them are excluded. So what we are doing now is that let them be aware. Let's do it consciously and include these women as part of the process, because in coming years, we have seen that ethical finance, we have a lot of interest, we have a lot of people demanding for it, so there's going to be increase in need. inshallah.
And that is very critical point that you've made around like women that are financially excluded, particularly those in the rural areas and unbanked. They really need the financial literacy and training sessions for them. Let's talk about the challenges facing the industry. One of the challenges facing the Islamic finance industry is a shortage of talent. Share with us how more women can benefit from capacity building and learning sessions in the market.
The last 2 decades or thereabout, when Nigerian as a country embraced Islamic finance, we have little or no manpower. But as time goes on, people are getting ready for the tax. As women, as well as men, is also applicable to men. There are so many ways of increasing your knowledge, of gaining experience about the industry. We have so many short courses around. We have in the university, Islamic institutes, they are all around. You can learn from there. At the same time, that is for those that are already in the industry. If they go for a short service, they'll be able to understand the trend in the modern way of financing, about the ethical and the Islamic finance. Again, you can enroll in the university to get a diploma. We have the postgraduate diploma. We even have master's degree in Islamic finance. You can do that. At the same time, you can enroll for professional qualification.
Is the online session?
No, we have the physical, the classroom session, and we have this professional qualification. We have so many of them online.
Okay.
You do your training online, you do your exam online. We have them in so many parts of the world. We have in Malaysia, Dubai, Bahrain, so many parts of the world. At the comfort of your home, you can enroll for these courses and get certified. So many professional organizations are doing that. The ACCA, the CIMA, so many institutes are there online that you can access those qualifications needed to effectively run an Islamic finance venture.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shukurat. Let me get your quick thoughts on the growth and prospect for Islamic finance in Nigeria. How will you describe the opportunities you see for women?
Just as we said, we have challenges, we have so many opportunities. In the coming year, the way I see it, we have a lot to do. Apart from the Islamic bank or Islamic microfinance, we have the Islamic capital market. We need a lot of people there. We also have the Takafu Islami, that is the Islamic insurance. People have to be part of that process too. And again, we need people to understand the laws, the regulation guiding the Islamic practices. So we need people to study the Sharia. They are there to do it. At the same time, we need Islamic finance wealth manager. Those are the fund manager. We need them. So the area, we have so many areas. At the same time, apart from that, we are going to have increase in the retail businesses. So people have to be there to give them knowledge. That's the consultant. They have to be there to tell people this is the way things are done. And again, in the academics, we need people that will assist in research and development. So there's a lot of potential there because people have to research, because things are changing, the world is dynamic, new trends are coming. So we need people that will tell us this is the state of knowledge, this is the area we need to go in. So people have to be there to do research for the industry.
Human capacity development is very important. Senior lecturer at Dangote Business School and also a sub-dean faculty of management sciences at Bayero University, Kano, Dr. Shukurat Bello. Thank you so much indeed for your thought this afternoon. We really appreciate your time with us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Ethical finance is commonly used to describe finance which takes into account not only financial returns but also environmental, social, and governance factors. Islamic finance is a strong advocate for ESG adoption by companies and organizations. From the experience of 2008 global financial market crisis, ethics, governance, and sustainable development are the pathway for nations to achieve stability. This also calls for more concerted efforts to deepen gender inclusion in business, the economy and financial markets. And that will be all for this edition of the Islamic Finance Weekly. Log on to www.crochetng.com for more information on Islamic finance. Follow us on our social media platform displaying on the screen. Kindly comment below and let's hear your thoughts and also for your inquiries. Many thanks for watching and join us next week for another exclusive